Samuel Hayes had always played it safe. He grew up in a quiet suburb of Ohio, the kind of place where every lawn was neatly trimmed and everyone knew your name. Yet, even in that familiarity, he felt restless, like he was continually circling a plateau he couldn't climb. Each morning, Samuel would wake early, make a coffee, and sit at his small desk. He'd thumb through emails, bills, errands, newsletters, then scroll social media until his motivation drained away. His dreams of starting a business, writing a novel, or changing his community felt distant echoes, muffled by distraction. One morning in January, chilly winds rattling his window frames, Samuel watched his reflection in the dark coffee mug. His eyes looked tired, uninspired. That's when the voice spoke within him. It's time to win. Not as an accusation, but an urgent invitation. He took a breath and whispered to himself, I need to win my life back. Part 1. Facing the truth. The first step was honesty. Samuel wrote down every area where he felt stuck. Career, stuck in a mid-level corporate job with no growth prospects. Health, lots of takeout, no energy, carrying extra weight. Dreams. He had a half-written novel and a dream to help veterans through writing. Mindset. Always playing it safe, never taking the chance to speak up. Relationships. He stayed safe under a comfort zone cloud, afraid to truly connect. He stared at the list. No more excuses, he decided. Part 2. Building grit through daily practice. Samuel researched atomic habits and mental toughness. He learned that winning didn't mean giant leaps. It meant consistent small wins. He built a daily win list for each morning. Wake at 6 a.m. Write for 15 minutes on his novel, walk 3 miles, or do strength exercises. Read a motivational passage. Write 3 small victories before bed. If the first whispers of doubt surfaced, you're too tired, you're too old. He countered with a firm, quiet line, you must win. Part 3. The power of solitude and reflection. In the cold of late winter, Samuel drove an hour north to a state park. He planned to spend a weekend in a small cabin, away from emails and screens. He packed a notebook, pen, and a quiet resolve. For 2 days he walked forest trails, letting nature clear his mind. He remembered his grandfather's stories, lessons of courage and integrity told around the fireplace. He recalled the freshman speech he gave in high school, stuttering but proud. He felt the fire in his chest rekindled. By the end of the weekend, he stood at the cabin window, watching snow falling gently. He whispered, yes, I choose to win. Part 4. Facing adversity. Head on. Back home, challenges arose. His manager added late-night assignments. His health routine tapped against fatigue. His novel's narrative stalled, and the numbers in his bank account barely budged. Though tempted to quit, he had a new mantra: win the day. He adjusted. 2 hours at night became 1 powerful hour. He walked when he felt restless. He refused to let setbacks define him. Part 5. The breakthrough moment. 6 months passed. His novel reached the halfway point. He hadn't stalled once. He found the courage to pitch a short story to a peer-reviewed magazine, and it was accepted. He started taking martial arts classes, building physical and mental strength, and he created a blog to support veterans navigating civilian life. Friends noticed the change. He stood taller, spoke calmly and confidently, and moved with purpose. He was no longer a passive observer of his life. He was the lead character. Part 6. Rallying the community. Samuel realized victory wasn't just personal, it was infectious. So he organized a free writing workshop at the local library, inviting veterans to share their stories. He led morning walks every Saturday for neighborhood neighbors dealing with stress or loneliness. Together, they formed a small circle of people who decided to win their week through small habits, community, courage. Part 7. The movement begins. At the end of the year, Samuel gave a speech at a community event titled Winning One Day at a Time. Over 200 people gathered. He shared his 5-step system. Know your stakes. Write the truth of your current life. Start with micro wins. Tiny, consistent actions build unstoppable momentum. Use solitude strategically. Find clarity in quiet reflection. Own the struggle. Expect difficulties, but commit to overcoming. Pay it forward. Help others win their battles too. As he spoke, the crowd nodded. Tears in eyes of parents, veterans, students. People who recognized themselves in his story. They didn't just applaud, they rose, inspired to begin their own quest for victory. Part 8. A new mission. Today, Samuel still wakes early. His novel is complete. He's querying agents. His health routine continues. The writing group thrives and expands into other towns. The Saturday walks have turned into a monthly Win the Community event. He reminds them, it starts with one day. If you win today, you've already shown you can win tomorrow. Final takeaway. This is your story too. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is you start. Every book, business, relationship, or health goal begins with choosing to win on a small scale. Silent mornings, intentional habits, hard conversations, these are the bedrock of transformation. When life distracts, whisper back, it's time to win. So rise early, write that sentence. Show someone kindness, speak your truth, solve that problem, earn that mile, face your fear. Victory isn't a one-time event, it's a daily choice. And starting today, you choose to win. America needs men and women who believe in themselves as much as they believe in the promise of this great nation. Stand tall, fellow warrior, for your story is waiting to be written.